Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining us to the Platinum Medical Staffing Healthcare Virtual Career Fair. Just a few things that we want to go ahead and note here before we kick things off. Please make sure to go ahead and mute yourself if you're not already. Of course, we want to make sure to be mindful and polite to our speaker here today. Once we get through the presentation that we do have on screen for you currently, we'll go ahead and allow you to go ahead and ask questions. If you want to unmute yourself and ask your questions directly, you'll be more than welcome and free to do so at that time. In the meantime, if anything comes up and you want to ask while the presentation is taking place, you can do that as well. Just throw it into the chat feature that you should see in your Zoom toolbar, and we'll get to your question, of course, once we get to the Q&A portion of the event. Additionally, just a few other things I want to note here. We are recording the session today, so if there's anything else that you need to go back and refer to at a later date, we will be posting that recording to the Illinois WorkNet YouTube channel within about 48 hours or so at the conclusion of this event. I will put a link in the chat to that YouTube channel so you can get to it directly as well. And without further ado, I want to go ahead and turn things over to our company rep on the line here for Platinum Medical Staffing. We do have Marquise on the line. Marquise, I want to turn things over to you. Feel free to take it away.
All right, thank you so much. And good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Platinum Medical Staffing Healthcare Virtual Career Fair. So glad you guys could join us on this day, today, Thursday, March 23rd. And this event is also sponsored by Illinois WorkNet, Equus, and the Chicago Cook Workforce in partnership. So just a little bit about us. Platinum Medical Staffing is a premier supplemental healthcare staffing firm serving the Chicagoland area and the state of Illinois. I'm your host today, Marquise. I am the Director of Talent Specialists. I'm also a tenured nurse with over 20 years experience. I have a bachelor's degree from St. Xavier University and a master's degree from Loyola University. Some of my favorite things are, of course, nursing. I love to travel, and I'm also a traveling nurse. I love to read, the color blue, all shades of them, and butterflies. My job here is to serve you and help you to achieve whatever your career goals are. At Platinum Medical Staffing, we really try to focus on connecting caring, competent, and compassionate medical professionals to various healthcare facilities in the Chicagoland area. We try to source those facilities that will fulfill your unique career needs. So if you want to work in a hospital, if you want to work in a correctional facility, if you want to work in a clinic, we try to source out those different healthcare institutions so that we can provide some type of variety that you can grow as being a part of our staffing agency. So again, we staff healthcare facilities during different type of labor pool shortages. And we all know as healthcare providers how crazy it can be when we work short. We're short staffed today. That means that might have to put in a little bit more extra effort, and that we try to make sure that our patients are still receiving safe care. So those things may come about every day at any moment. Daily call-offs, vacation requests, maternity leave, car issues, family emergencies, and then there's external things like the COVID-19 pandemic that we just experienced. Also, this crazy weather that we're always getting in Chicago. So you just never know why there is a shortage. But being a part of a staffing agency, you can help with that. When you're a part of the team, you help out these different facilities so that they can make sure that the patients and the clients are still receiving quality health care. As a staffing agency, we are always hiring. We are always looking for top-notch talent so that we can have a long list of providers available to our different facilities that we serve. So we're looking for nurses, RNs and LPNs. We're looking for CNAs. We're also looking for other allied healthcare professionals, phlebotomists, EKG technicians, sitters, personal care attendants, companions, medical assistants. Sometimes we get dietary, janitorial, different kind of needs. We just never know what orders we may receive. But the disciplines that you see listed today nurses and the CNAs and the other allied healthcare professionals, there's always an ever-present shortage in those areas. And so we are always looking for those type of talent for our team. I love this quote. It says, "There is nothing more beautiful than someone who goes out of their way to make life beautiful for others." And this is by Mandy Hale. Isn't that the essence of healthcare? Isn't that what we do every day? We show up and we take care of people that we've never ever seen before. But because we care and because we're competent and because we're compassionate, we do what we need to do for our patients and our clients. So I really do love this quote, and it speaks to the type of talent that we're looking for here at Platinum Medical Staffing. Our requirements are based on the facility needs. They're also governed by different stakeholders such as the American Nurses Association, JACO, CDC, Department of Labor. There are so many stakeholders involved when it comes to making sure that the medical professionals in the field are licensed, experienced, and that they are safe to work. So they're not there to make the clients and the patients sick, and that they're healthy enough so that they won't get sick. So as far as our requirements go, we do want someone with at least 1 year current experience. We want a current resume. We want the resume updated to reflect your talents and your skills. We ask for 3 references. The references must be, at least one person must be a direct supervisor, someone that can speak to your work. We also recommend that you get another coworker, like a nurse or a charge nurse or one of your peers that's in the same discipline as you, to speak on your behalf, to say, hey, yeah, Markeisha is a great worker. She's on time. She helps out. She's a great part of the team. She's nice to the patients. They most times can really let us know what your work ethic is and can speak to your talent and your skills. You must have a current license for the state of Illinois. That's what we're working on now, is to try to keep our facility staffed. So you must have an Illinois license if you're a nurse. And then if you are a CNA or a medical assistant, you must have the current certificate for whatever discipline, especially that you have. We also ask for you to have the BLS certification by the American Heart Association. Not sure why the American Heart is always favored over Red Cross, but they really prefer the American Heart Association. And also, depending on your discipline, like for example, myself, I work in the cardiac unit. I must be ACLS certified as well. So depending on that, we will ask for different type of certifications depending on your specialty. As far as the health records go, you must have a current physical exam, a TB test. Sometimes they require just a skin test. We take the TB Gold blood test. And then if you've ever been positive for TB, then you have to provide the chest x-ray. They also ask for other different type of immunizations as well, such as Hep B and the Tdap. And the COVID vaccine is pretty much based on the facility. But right now, I can tell you that most facilities are going to require the COVID vaccine. So you just have to provide any type of exempt letters or whatever the preferred documentation is if you decide to decline from getting those different vaccines. But this is pretty much standard across the board with these requirements. I encourage you to apply today. Again, we are looking for talent. We need to grow our talent pool, and we want to make sure that we are keeping our different healthcare facilities smartly staffed, because what happens when we're staffed, that leads to safety and all around work-life balance for our medical professionals. Again, I cannot stress it enough, as far as me still just being a nurse as well, how it feels when we're short-staffed. It really does put a strain on there, and it leads to burnout. And then our patients suffer as well. They don't get their immediate needs met sometimes, and we just know how it is. So we are really looking for talent to help out our Chicagoland and the facilities in the state of Illinois stay staffed and stay safe. So you can contact us, visit our website. If you have any direct questions, you can email us and you can call us as well, and someone will be happy to speak with you. Want to know what special treatments feels like? Again, here at Platinum Medical Staffing, we do love our talent pool. We're always looking for our medical professionals. We are a very fun agency. One thing you will learn is that myself and our other team members, we're all out there with you. We are still working. We are experienced, we're licensed, we're certified, we're immunized. That's our motto, because we want to make sure that we put our best forward in providing caring, competent, and compassionate staffing to our clients. So we can go to the next slide because I want to discuss some of the perks. Some of the perks with working with Platinum Medical Staffing is, again, the main thing, you can supplement your income. That's one of the perks for me. I've always worked the agency in my 20 plus years. Even if I did have a full-time position, I always aligned myself with an agency because it gave me extra income for those different type of emergencies that come. Maybe I wanted to take a trip, save more money, car emergencies, whatever the case may be. The agency was able to help me supplement my income. You can enhance your career. I cannot stress it enough. As healthcare professionals, we are committed to lifelong learning. I have learned so much from other different facilities. I've been exposed to different electronic medical records, different equipment, different frameworks. So it has been so rewarding for me to be an agency nurse, a travel nurse, although I did have a full-time position. And the last one on there, it says experience new people and places. Oh man, I've met so many wonderful people while I've been working as a agency nurse. And I also eventually traveled with that. So I worked in California, Texas, New York, Indiana, Ohio, Minnesota. Like, I've just been all over the place. And I can say that that's one of the best perks ever. Do we have any questions right now? Or you want to move to the next slide? Okay, so other perks includes flexible scheduling. You can work when and how you want. You get paid weekly. We have multiple shifts, different opportunities. Per diem means you're going to work when necessary. So we might get orders in just for one-time shifts or immediate shifts for that day. We have temp to permanent positions where you start out somewhere temporarily and it can lead to a permanent position. And then we have short contracts as well. So again, there may be a time that facilities are experiencing high volume and different type of labor pool shortages, such as when it's vacation time. Summertime is coming up, and a lot of people, they have to honor their PTO requests, so they may need some staffing, supplemental staffing, to cover that, so they can make sure that their patients and clients still receive high quality care. So you might get a short contract for like 2 to 4 weeks, 8 weeks, 13 weeks, 6 months. I mean, you just never know. The sky's the limit when it comes to working with an agency, and when there's traveling opportunities involved in that. Rewards program, we have perk program where you can get discount on tickets, different amusement parks, movie tickets, percentages off for car rentals, things like that. So wonderful rewards program. And of course, my favorite is mentorship and professional career development. Again, we try to ensure that we get to know you as well as possible, because we want to ensure that we're putting our best people forward. And we want to make sure that you are really committed to yourself, to your career, and to the agency as well. Because when you love your job and when you love what you do very well in life, and it doesn't even seem like work. It's just second nature. And I can attest to that in my career as a nurse, 20 plus years already. And I feel like I just started yesterday. You can go to the next slide, please. So again, some of the perks with working with an agency, we're local, but we do have a global reach. We do partner with some of the bigger national agencies such as AMN, Health Source Global, Fast Staff and US Nursing, Maxim, Supplemental Healthcare, Aya, SNAP Nurse, and Crucial Staffing. In fact, that's how I was able to go to a lot of different places because I was with a local agency and they just opened the doors to other agencies as well because we all kind of work together because we really, like I said, we really want to make sure that staffing is important and that it leads to safety and that it leads to what you love doing as a healthcare professional. Next slide. So again, we connect opportunity with today's top talent. Again, we source as many facilities as we can. If we're not able to get a direct contract with them, and we listen to our contractors as well. So if you tell us, hey, I was working at another facility and they always short, give them a call or call this person and talk to them. If we're not able to get on, then we try to find the agency in our network that is working with them. And then we just send your profile over. So there's still opportunity for you to work wherever you can and however you want. So I encourage you to apply, send your resume over, and someone will be happy to speak with you.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for that, Marquise. And we do have some questions in the chat if you want to go
Oh,
ahead and take a
wonderful.
look at those.
Okay.
If you want to go ahead and take a look at those and just address them kind of in the order that you receive them, that'd be great.
Okay, let's see what we got going on here. So it looks like this one is from Miss Morton. You said you're a student in respiratory therapy. You don't have any experience in nursing. What type of experience do you have, Sharmik? If you want to take yourself off mute, you can let me know more about what experience you do have quickly, and I can give you some ideas. Okay. Is Sharmika on or did she leave?
It looks like she's on, Marquise. I just don't know if she's able to unmute herself.
Oh, okay. It
but
says
maybe you
oh
can.
yeah, she just put something in the chat. Okay, she says she's only has. So yes, Sharmika, sometimes we get orders from other different industries outside of medical. For instance, I just got an order from Todd Savage from Control Kitchen, and she's looking for some people that could help in the food prep and culinary industry. So feel free to shoot me an email with your resume, and I'll be happy to see what opportunities we have besides the medical field. Another question we had was a medical assistant in a certain zip code. So yes, again, send me your resume and I'll be happy to take a look and see what we have. And I'll ask around to see, because the thing is we get certain orders. They might, like I said, might ask for nurses, they might ask for CNAs, but I can also inquire about other positions as well and their other needs, which we always do. So for the 60659 zip code, we can definitely check to see what facilities we have in those areas and if they have a need for medical assistance. Okay, Ms. Jackson, what type of training are you looking for? Because as far as with the training that we do have is mainly computer-based. There's learning modules. But if you feel like you need experience in a specific skill set, just shoot me an email and I'll see what we can do, because some positions that we do get, they're like temp to permanent positions. And if you go through that specific facility will train you. And then that way you have another skill set and then you have the opportunity to work for them. So just let me know what type of experience or more skills that you're looking to acquire. And I can definitely check on that for you.
So you're asking what skills?
So yeah, I know how daunting it can be when you're first getting out of your programs that you're taking as far as medical assistant, nursing. But what you can do is I can help you with your resume to put your clinical experience down there where you trained at, and that actually counts as experience. So most organizations will take that into consideration because you have to complete so many hours for training that actually can count towards work experience. So if you're looking, if you need help with that, I can definitely help you with that to ensure that that part sticks out more. And that shouldn't be a problem with you getting hired anywhere. But again, depending on what our facilities or our clients ask for, sometimes they do want at least 1 year experience. But I'm gonna be transparent with you guys real quick. One of the reasons why there's an issue with hiring new people sometimes it takes at least, depending on your specialty, it can take $40,000 to onboard and hire a new person. And then that person gets the training, gets all the skills and everything, and then they leave that facility. And then that facility is left with another open position and they feel like they lost $40,000. That's one of the reasons why they do want staffing agencies to help them supplement their staff. And that's why they require experienced people already. So that's how that works, just to let you know. So, but there shouldn't be an issue with helping anyone out and with your resume to make sure we present you properly to those facilities. Okay, let's see what else we got in here. Okay, David has a question. So yes, David, that shouldn't be an issue. Again, if you have the skills and you pass through like the skills checklist that you're presenting, saying that you are proficient in those tasks, it should not be an issue. But that's what we really highlight. That's why we go through the type of onboarding process that we go through to make sure that you are presented in the best face forward. So if you have all of this experience, you got your BLS, you did contact tracing, some of those skills are transferable to what you'll be doing daily as a CNA. And at any time that you need help with something, a piece of equipment, or just getting acclimated to the facility, they do provide orientation there. So that way you can know what you need to know to do your job and to keep the patient safe, because that's the main thing they want. They want people to ensure safety, and safety goes a long way, even with hand washing, greeting your patient, using equipment in the proper way, making sure that you lock the wheelchairs. It's like, it's so many things. Everything is about safety. So as long as they know that you're competent in those basic principles, when you actually get to the facility, if it's a piece of equipment or something that you've never experienced, someone is always happy to help you. And by law, they have to show you everything that you need to know so that you have the skills and the knowledge to do your job and to do your daily tasks, so that you take care of the patients and the clients and make sure they're safe. So I think I covered all of the questions. Anybody else have any questions?
As Marquise stated, if you do have any questions, feel free to add them into the chat now, and we'll make sure to get them answered for you. If not, as you can see on the screen there, we also have an email address too, if anything else comes up in the meantime. But Marquise, it does look like we do have another question in the chat for you.
Okay, let's see. I haven't received any orders for that job title directly, but I will check into it. Feel free to send me your resume and let me know what that program looks like, because again, we can tailor your resume to, help you tailor your resume, so that way, whatever the facility is looking for, we can put those skills on there. And then that way, if they need that type of position, then we can definitely try to help find something for you. Okay, let's see another question. So we don't offer internships. What we do is, again, we're looking for we're staffing medical professionals that are already licensed and certified, pretty much. So we don't have any access to any internships, but thanks for asking about that. That's definitely something I can definitely check into. But at this time, we don't have any internships.
Just want to remind folks, if you do have any questions for Marquise, feel free to enter them into the chat now. Otherwise, you do have the email to reach out to her once the session, of course, is over. But yeah, Marquise, I just want to, of course, give you a chance to kind of give any sort of concluding remarks, summary statements you'd like to make from today's session, maybe takeaways for folks that might be interested in joining the organization, maybe just a little bit of insight into the next steps or follow-up. Feel free to go ahead and share that with everybody now.
Yes, of course. So once we receive your resume, I encourage everyone that participated today, please email me your resume. I will look over your resume. And we at Platinum Medical Staffing, we are very respectful of our healthcare providers. We know that it's busy. We know that it's very competitive out there. We know that you probably are aligned with numerous agencies, as you should be. I highly recommend that to everyone, because again, most of the agencies, any type of agency, they rely on having a robust talent pool, so that way they have something to offer the clients that we serve. So I encourage everyone to send me your resume. Then what we do is, once we look over your resume, we set up like a consultation call, because we want to ensure that we are a great fit for you. Once we talk about the process, like the onboarding and credentialing process, and give you an overview of what our agency is, like I did today during the presentation, we invite you to apply. You will apply for the position. You will gather all of your documents that's needed that I alluded to on the last, one of the previous slides, with the resume, having your references, having your licenses and your certificates and your health requirements. So we kind of call it a get ready, get set and go program. So once you do that by getting set, get all your health documents together. And then after that, we set up a profile for you and we make it known to our facilities. And then if they are interested in some of our talent, then we proceed with some of the last steps. And those last steps include the criminal background check, because most facilities require it, and passing the drug test. So that's kind of like how the process goes. So, but the first step is that you came here today. So thank you so much for coming in and learning more about Platinum Medical Staffing. And then the next step is to please send me your resume and we'll follow up with you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that information, Marquise. And I just want to say to all the folks on the line here, if you look in the chat, we have posted the email address, the phone number, and the website for PMed Staffing. A few other things too that we do want to go ahead and note here is, if you look at the bottom of the slide, that information should be there as well for you too. We've also recorded today's session and I will be uploading it to the Illinois WorkNet YouTube channel within 48 hours or so. So if you need to go back and listen to any of the great information that was shared with you here today, you'll be able to do so at that time. And then last but not least, I will be forwarding the registration information of everybody who registered for this session over to Marquise and the organizers at Equus Workforce Solutions as well. And with that, I believe we'll go ahead and wrap things up. Marquise, I want to give you a huge thanks for joining us today and of course sharing all the wonderful information about the opportunities you have available.
Yes, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. Thank you to Equus, Illinois WorkNet, and thank you to all the participants. Again, please visit our website, www.pmedstaffing.com. You can also email us at info@pmedstaffing.com. And then you can also call us 877-885-6017, and someone will be happy to speak with you. You can also text that number too. You can text your name and your phone number if you get a voice messaging, and we'll return your call and we will definitely follow up with you. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. It was an honor to talk to you guys today and share my love for nursing in the healthcare field, and also to provide you with this opportunity to be a part of a really dynamic company. It's a wonderful industry with the staffing industry. It really is. And it has really made my life so much more fulfilled as being a nurse. So I hope you guys come on and join us, and we'll be happy to have you.
Excellent. Thank you, Marquise. Have a great day, everybody.
Thank you.